Hey guys, welcome to the USA Things 2023 Minded channel, slowly focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the life of Bud Light, a story. Bud Light, and it was this brand is in decline. It's been in decline for a really long time, and if we do not attract young drinkers to come and drink this brand, there will be no future for Bud Light. So I had this super clear banding. It's like we need to evolve and elevate this incredibly iconic brand, and what I brought to that was a belief in okay, what does evolve and elevate mean? It means inclusivity, it means shifting the tone, it means having a campaign that's truly inclusive and feels lighter and brighter and different and appeals to women and to men, and representation is at sort of the heart of evolution. You've got to see people who reflect you in the work, and we have this hangover. Bud Light had been kind of a brand of Friday, kind of out of touch humor, and it was really important that we had another approach. We need to move Bud Light away from its fratty image. Oh, disgusting, disgusting men and their enjoyment of beautiful women and beer. How unprogressive. We need to appeal to gender non-conforming folk on TikTok and push this as a new trend to pull in a new, younger, more woke audience. Yeah, we already heard it. What is putting a gag order on Alyssa Hayner shit gonna change? Literally nothing. You know what would have been nice? Being actually clear about whether she's fired or not. From what we understand, she's fired, but also not fired. I guess she's stepping down, taking a leave of absence, her future in limbo. What would have been a good idea is to fire this clear walking, talking marketing disaster. She lost Anheuser-Busch $26 billion, yet she gets to keep her job as she lives in her $8 million Central Park home. Unbelievable. Talk about failing up, talk about privilege. These in folk in the professional world in New York City simply freaking stumbling into these lucrative positions, totally incompetent fools. And in the case of Alyssa Hayner shed, well, probably because she was touted as a historical figure, the first female vice president in beer industry history. Well, probably because of that special privilege and that special title. Anheuser-Busch, once again in its cowardice, doesn't want to just fire her. Again, it's this pathetic little balancing act. We need to save our image by turning around and not going woke, while also not condemning our previous actions. Patriots and parents hate us for going too far, not apologizing and taking it back. But then at the same time, the woke mafia also hates us because we haven't gone fully in promoting their agenda. This marketing VP just lost us nearly $30 billion. We should put her on leave, but we can't fire her, because if we fire her, that'd be firing a woman from an executive position, and we can't do that. Then we're gonna get I don't know, Me Too or something. All of it is just so ridiculous and just so crazy. Literally anything but just doing the right thing, and that right there is exactly why this will continue. It's been absolutely astonishing. The Daily Mail puts together some really good graphs to visualize it. As Bud Light controversy started the first week of April, it might have actually been late March, but the first decline in sales data came in early April, the week of April 8th, down 7. And just look, never seen anything like it's 7 weeks straight of sales and revenue decline. It's tapering off a little bit, but it's still going down at a pretty consistent pace. Sales are down roughly 1% on a weekly basis for the last 3 weeks. This equates to billions of dollars in losses, and it's not stopping. But more importantly for Bud Light, the stopping of the bleeding is one thing. The more important aspect is seeing a recovery, a return back to normal, not happening. In fact, it's getting so bad, and in fact I think we're already there. The data just hasn't released yet, that Bud Light is probably going to lose its top spot. Here's the top 10 U.S. beers by in store sales in 2022. Bud Light at $4.8 billion in sales. Modelo relatively close behind, a $3.75 billion in sales. Well, I have a feeling that 2023 Bud Light's probably not going to have that number one spot anymore. Remember when Alyssa Hayner said Bud Light's a dying brand? Not exactly sure how that's the case when they were by far, de facto number one in America. Well, maybe it was a prophecy, because now it's certainly a dying brand. Modelo likely to take that number one spot, and if things Move forward. I'm pretty sure Ultra is part of the Anheuser-Busch family. I don't even know what that first word is. I've never drank the beer. Budweiser and Busch Light are also part of the family. Well, they're all likely to drop in. Coors, Corona, Miller Lite, Modelo are likely to just absorb all of Bud Light's losses as well as Yuengling, but snacks to follow is probably a severe stock price crash. All this billions of dollars in losses, and they still haven't publicly fired Alyssa Heiner. Shed absolutely pathetic. And the last story that we'll cover here, let's get a little Target update. Target seems to be going through a very similar timeline as Bud Light. I mean, you could literally take this headline and just switch the word Target with Anheuser-Busch and it's pretty much the same headline from a couple weeks ago. Target is now in free fall. Retail giant stock is downgraded by JP Morgan after $14 billion is wiped off of its value in 2 weeks. Their stocks are getting downgraded. We're talking about total free fall. Here's the visualization showing the stock price and then the $13 billion shed in market cap. Seems like the exact same trajectory. I mean, the timelines are extraordinarily similar from the emergency meeting to the absolutely weak, pathetic fake apology and fake response. I mean, these awful cringe non-apology PR statements to billions of dollars being lost there, stocks being downgraded, and still really no actual real change within the company. I don't know about you guys, but I'm in it for the long haul. People think it's stupid, and some people in my personal life find